Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Hester and welcome back to Single-Player Space Engineers Survival. Okay, so I made quite a bit of progress. However, we're not going to be talking about that too much. Mainly because of the project that I am unveiling to you guys for the first time. And yes, it does require the use of these very beautiful beam drills that tend to overload my reactors. And yes, these are arc reactors. They are the times 20. Now, for those of you who've been living under a cave rock in outer space, will have missed the fact that these are mining lasers. Now, why do I need mining lasers for this project? Well, that is because if we fly all the way over here, you may recognize the outline if you've ever played Dead Space. That's right. I am building the USG Ishimura. Now, I was thinking about doing this full scale, or 1.6 kilometers long, or 1,600 meters, or if you're like me, American, 5,300 feet long. But I opted that was way too big and kind of impractical to use on a planet, because yes, I do plan to use this in atmosphere to strip mine entire moons and yes, planets. Now, whether or not I'm going to actually be able to do this is a totally another matter that we'll figure out when we get to that point. But for now, I want to try it, at least small scale. Rule number one with engineers, well, one of the rules: try small scale before going full size. So this is more of a concept model, and if this turns out to be a little unwieldy, then we'll know that larger might not be better in this case. Now, I know you're probably also thinking that it's stupid to go 800 meters, because if we all remember, my first mining ship, unmodded by the way, which I think I'll make in creative mode just so you guys have it, but that reminds me, I still need to get my old designs from my hard drive here. But yeah, that was 500 meters, and I was building that in survival. But if we all remember, it was also very wide, and I was making it up on the fly. At least with this, I understand a good portion of this is dedicated to ore storage, which is this section right here, with this upper part being more for hydroponics, of which I do have a hydroponics mod installed just for that reason, so I plan to use that. And not to mention, like, this upper part is I want to say this upper part is for the, you know what, I'm just going to look it up before I start talking out of my rear end. Okay. USG Ishimura. Alright. Ship sections, please. Yeah, so this deck right here is the medical deck. So this is where I'm going to have not only the medical bay, is that what it's called? Oh, medical room, plus cryopods, so that way if anyone needs to go offline, just slap themselves into a medical pod. Plus, I also have a few medical mods. This block is on. Oh. Okay, good to know. Okay, I don't have those mods installed on this world, but they are planned for this. I would go with vanilla, except for the fact that, Well, because I do intend to operate in an atmosphere, I'm going to need tiered thrusters. How much? I don't know. Because I do intend, as all of my designs, the only cargo that goes into the cargo hold is going to be ingots. That's it. Nothing else. No ores, maybe construction components, and yes, food, but nothing else. And so, with that said, basically I have the wiki available right here. Hydroponics would be up here. Medical is right there. Engineering, basically, or not engineering, the mining deck is going to be this whole little bit right here, basically the refining area. So I am going to be limited in that regard. And yes, I do intend, well, the nice thing about the mining, sorry if I sound funny as well, I'm still suffering from a mild cold / I don't know what, but with that said, be right back. Jump cut. I need to blow my nose now. Sorry about that. Now, the nice thing about these mining lasers is that you can either collect or destroy stone. Now, because I am a big industrialist, and because I use the one mod that I think should be a part of this game, the concrete block mod, I am going to gather stone because I need it for concrete. And, well, where is it? When you plan to build a 30-plus kilometer, well, it's 30 kilometers to get into space, well, out of atmosphere. I'm not sure what it is to get out of the gravitational pull of a planet, but when you know you need to build a 30-kilometer long space elevator shaft or tether, and it's going to be, roughly 1.2 billion kilograms of gravel, yes, I'm going to gather all the gravel that I can get. Anyway, so I will admit right now that I did have a projector, God, maybe I need to go back to sleep. I did have a blueprint of this whole section because I tried repeatedly to build this in survival, but my measurements were getting off, and I actually have a Microsoft Excel little blueprint because I wanted to get this as accurate as possible, I should say. I need to cough. But because I wanted to get I wanted this to be as accurate as I could get. So I needed to build this in creative, and then I welded it all up in survival. So that's a thing. The rest, however, is going to be in survival because well, like I've always been saying, I'm at my best when I do things in survival. Although what I am thinking, now I'm thinking this, now to help speed this up, what I'm thinking is build some of this in creative. Like, I go into here, enable creative mode, and I build some of it because, well, 800 meters long. But then again, saying that, I mean, if you ever look at a picture of the Ishimura, and future me, do remember to actually put some pictures as you talk. A lot of it are rib sections because they kind of had to defend against asteroid impacts, but at the same time, the view of space to be open. So a lot of it's going to be empty space anyway, just looking at a picture here. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's like I want to, but at the same time, I mean, let me give you guys an idea on the scale of this. So here we have a large armor block. Yeah, this thing's gonna be big. I mean, this even throws me off. Like, I fly out to here, I'm probably a good 300 meters away, and it doesn't look that impressive. Until I fly even closer, and now I'm in the dead center of the ship, and holy crap. So, yeah, it's going to be a process. But once it's finished, I feel, oh, we're going to have some fun. Now, before I end the episode, well, I need to cough again, so be right back. Okay, so what I'm thinking, as I need to recharge... Hey, I think I sound a little bit better. Alright, now that my oxygen is filled. So, here's the plan. Scroll back down. Alright, so the engineering deck. Deck, more like decks. So, the plan is... this section, from here, this entire area is going to be reactors, well, maybe not gyroscopes 100%. I think, because I know I'm going to need to make this particular area pretty much nothing but thrusters, well, mainly down below, just because I'm going to need all the thrusting power, or downward facing, to keep this thing aloft in an atmosphere, especially, where is it? Well, wherever the, basically, I want this to be able to function in high gravity environments. Possibly 5G, but that's really pushing it. But that said, I could always insert more. Where is it? I can always insert more thrusters around the mining deck area, just because, well, hell, even the ore storage, just because, storage, don't need to store that much. I mean, from what looks to be from here downward, this section would be nothing but storage. So I could play with it a little bit. We'll see as I build out the hull. Plus, I could also dedicate some of the mining deck to thrusters, but it looks like that would be pushing it just a little bit. Then the area above would be the hangar bay. But we don't really see all that much of the flight deck in the game itself, so this might be one of those areas that I'll cut some bits out. Although, looking at these overlays, there seem to be a few subsystems missing, so that could be some wiggle room for me, at least. We'll see as I build this, but I don't know, I feel like I should have built the hull in creative, but this is where I'm going to let you guys decide. Somewhat. I mean, I'll try to build some of this on my own in survival, but if it proves too much, I will... The only thing that worries me is the hull. The hull I have to get spot on, or as close as I can, before releasing this onto the Steam Workshop. But moving along, as I said, this upper area will be the medical deck, and I'm thinking this little area could be somewhat of a therapeutical area, like open to space. I don't know, I have to get some pictures of what this section would be like. I don't know. We'll see. The area right around here would be the crew lounge, basically where the crew sleeps. And this section seems like a little overkill to dedicate so much space to it, but from here right up to here would basically be well, in this little jut out right here, although I still need, yes, this is not going to be the full what it's going to look like. I'm going to round over some things. Which one are you? Sail? Maybe. This area would basically be the bridge, so monitoring stations for whatever needs it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, although, because this is also my personal design as well, basically every section is going to have its own central hub. So like the ore storage area is going to have a control or a flight seat, just so the engineer assigned to it will basically have a display saying, okay, we have plenty of storage. All right, bridge, this is the chief engineer, or whatever. Yeah, the chief engineer would control both the mining and, well, basically the heavy industrial section, and he'd be like, the thrusters are being overwhelmed, bridge. We need to start offloading some of this material. Over. This is bridge. We read you over. Blah, 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 blah. But this is going to be an impressive build. But like I said, this has been, it's like I look at it, I'm not impressed until I fly into, like, this area is going to be the hydroponics area, and I look at this and it's like, that's really small. Fly into it, holy crap, that's going to be big. But at this point, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. But what I'm thinking, I really want to test this out. Build the engineering section, the mining, and I just want to test the dang thing, but I don't know. This is a research lab, as I've said, but once and for all, let me know, guys. Should I just enable this and start building some of the hull? Like, that's the only section that I really feel the need that I need creative. Survival? I need to understand. Sorry about that. Basically, the reason I do this in survival is so I understand, okay, what is going to work, what's not going to work. Like, once I get gravity enabled with gravity generators, because, as we all remember in Dead Space, yes, there were some zero-G areas, but not that many. And as for the gravity centrifuge, that's a little science fiction-y. Well, it's science fiction, but at the same time, how do I justify that in a ship that is going to be crammed full of stuff? That's my only thing that I might not do, but we'll see. Fuel storage, that's not going to be that hard. Yes, Jesse, I know. Dad needs to stop hammering, otherwise he's scaring you. Really, this is going to be an interesting build, I have to admit. But this is probably going to be one of my favorites, just because, I am in a Dead Space thing right now. Like, I've been playing it as I've been sick, Dead Space, for the No Commentary channel. I don't know. Do you guys want to see me play it on Impossible? I don't know. Just spitballing things. Hi, Jess. Oh, you went up here. Come on. Come on. Okay, no, you don't. So, this is going to be an interesting build. But yeah, I'm looking at this right now. Just listen to this. All right, here's the engineering section. This area was responsible for ensuring the correct function of the ship's shock point drive, gravity centrifuge, and navigation rockets, as well as a continual lifting capacity of 525 trillion kilotons. Jump cut. To put it in simple math terms, it is 4.77 E plus 20 kilograms in space engineers terms. I get the feeling the Ishimura has to be bigger than 1.6 kilograms, or 1.6 kilometers, but hey, until they come up with a more up-to-date length, we'll never know. But wow, that is impressive. So yes, basically I need to keep that much in space with atmospheric that's just it. I don't know. Do I build atmospheric thrusters, or I don't know, because I want the planet or the moon in front of us to be my first ever, because I want to be able to say that I strip mined an entire moon, and that in front of us is going to be the target. We're going to put the ship above it, just start eating the living daylights out of it. And I have an idea on the mining beams, but we'll get to that part when we get there. But anyway, I've taken enough of your time. Plus, I need to take a break because my nose and my throat is, well, mainly my nose, is starting to get a little taxed. So, I can't wait for this. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Ja.